Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Minecraft series. Today's episode is episode 9 of season 7, and we are starting things back off outside of the church. This is where we left things off in the last episode, because, well, I will show you real quick. In the last episode, towards the ending, we managed to gather some villagers in this area right here. As you can see, there's 2 villagers here now. We got them from the village again. Hopefully they will breed at some point, and then we can finally repopulate our village up here, or our town, so to say. And I also did some more breeding of the chicken in the last episode, and I mean, yeah, you can already hear it. It's an actual bomb of chickens now at this point, which is also producing a lot of food, so that is really quite great. We're gonna move away from that because it is quite loud, so there we go. But yeah, last episode we did the villager stuff. We got some new villagers, and we also did some mining. As you can kind of tell by my inventory, I did some mining towards the ending of the episode, just because why not? And yeah, I was quite satisfied, and still am quite satisfied with all of the stuff that we got out of that. Now we do need to quickly put some of that, of course, into the furnace, in order to, you know, put it into actual stuff that's useful to me. There we go. And we're also gonna store our coal right here, and then with that we're gonna quickly store all of the other stuff away as well, so that our inventory is once again cleared a little bit. But yeah, for today's episode I have some big plans and some big news, because we are finally gonna be able to start working on the castle project, which, yeah, is quite exciting, at least to me. Yesterday, at least for me it was yesterday, I did the last live stream needed to design at least the outline of the castle. Not the whole castle has been designed yet or anything like that, but at least we now have enough of an idea that I can line out the castle in survival world. That is, of course, step 1 with building this thing. So yeah, that is really quite exciting, and we're actually gonna hop straight into doing that, because that's gonna be my main plan for today's episode. Now that might sound a bit ridiculous, because of course these episodes are an hour long, so, you know, that's a lot of time just to do that. And we'll probably do some other stuff as well. We still need to do some bits and bobs with the barn, and things like that. So yeah, we'll probably do that also. But you gotta understand that this project is gonna be actually really quite big. I am talking, yeah, the biggest thing in this world, probably for a long time, maybe even forever. I don't really know. But yeah, this is gonna be a massive project, and even lining it out will probably take quite some time. So yeah, we do need to take the time for that. Now, the thing is with this castle, I had the original plan of it going basically right in this area right here, which is quite cool, because then we also have the hill, which I think could be quite cool if we make use of the hill as well. Then it is kind of, you know, different heights, so to say, the castle. I think that could be quite cool. But the main issue with that now is that I now need to design it, and yeah, the design I made in the creative world doesn't have a big old hill in it and stuff like that, so that is a bit of a difference. I also think if we are gonna make it right here, we do need to get rid of this small little hill, because it's just not great. I don't think this will work. We could work around it, but I think it will be better to just completely remove it, so to say. So yeah, even the planning for this thing is already quite big. But we are gonna make a start on it today. And the first things first, I need to decide where I want the entrance of the castle to be, because that's, of course, quite a big part. And I kind of have 2 options in my head. I'm thinking about making the entrance actually right here. So then we have the entrance here, and then the walls go out in that direction. And I think that is the best option here. Otherwise, making it symmetrical will be quite painful. So I think this is gonna be the center of our castle. And just to line it up, I think that will start right around here. Otherwise, we might get into into collusion with the barn and stuff, so we don't want that. So yeah, let's say these 2 blocks right here are the middle part, the entrance. And now there's a lot of planning we need to do, because as I said, this is a pretty big project. So we're gonna hop over to the creative world. and I'm gonna show you what I've been building in the live streams. This is it. Of course, it's not a whole castle yet or anything, but that's not really the idea around designing this in Creative World. It's not finished or anything yet, don't get me wrong, but as I said, the rough outlines are finished, and then with those rough outlines I can actually go ahead and plan out how I'm gonna build all of this. Yeah, if you haven't seen the live streams, this is what we've been working on in those live streams, and it has taken quite some time, but hey, it is fine. And we're gonna start out with outlining exactly this part of the wall, which, yeah, it's already quite thick, of course, but let's see. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're gonna start out by doing exactly that in this world. We're gonna do a lot of back and forth here, just because otherwise this is gonna be even harder. So 1, 2, 3. So that means, wait, hold on, 2. So that is, we need what more? 1, 2, 3. So that makes 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So now those 2 blocks are still the center. Yeah, I think I did that correctly. Otherwise, it doesn't matter all that much, to be honest. So there we go. That's the first part. So this is gonna be where the gate is. Now the gate is quite thick, so to say. So it's gonna be basically, yeah, this size right here. And then we had that wall right here, which you already saw. Well, it's more like a pillar, I don't know, the pillar of the entrance, or whatever you want to call this thing, which is gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, 5 in wideness, I believe, and it's also 5 in this direction, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we kind of need to outline all of this now, I guess, right? To make the rough estimate here of how this is gonna look. And I think this might be smart with actually using some spruce already, just so it gets put into place in my head and in everything. It just symbolizes what it's gonna be. I think that's a smart way to do this right now, just to make really clear what's going on, so to say. So yeah, we're gonna go over here. Now we will have to sleep in a second, of course. We're also gonna put some of that stuff here. There we go. And let's grab out the bed, do a bit of sleeping, and also drink my yogurt a little bit. There we go. Alright, nice. So, right here we have this, basically like that. And then we have another one of those right here. Right here. Boom, boom, boom. And then we kind of have the same going on right here as well. So yeah, these pillars are quite chunky. I really like the way that was looking, so that's why we went and made them so chunky. It just looked good. But that of course means that they're gonna be chunky in here as well. Now I do believe that we don't actually need to make this pillar as well, but for now it just symbolizes everything quite nicely, so we're gonna do it like that. Let's also do it on the other side for now. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Alright. And even that one is needed, so there we go. And there we go. Alright, so now we have the gate basically in place here. Or yeah, the gate, the entrance, the spot where the entrance is gonna be is in place now. And this should all be measured up correctly. And now we're gonna work on this first little side wall. And how we're gonna do this whole project is we are gonna basically go in both directions at the same time. I first kind of had it planned that the walls were gonna be random, meaning that it wasn't gonna be a symmetrical shape, this castle, but I've changed my mind back. And I want to make it actually symmetrical, so I want both sides to be the same. Now that doesn't mean I want like a square castle. It's not like I want basically the castle to be like this. Here's a tower, here's a tower, here's a tower, and then here's a tower. Like, I don't want a castle like this with the walls in between. We are still gonna have basically like a tower all the way out here. Then, oh, let's grab that one and that one. There we go. We're gonna have a tower all the way out here, and kind of the walls be shaped like this and then like this. So to say, instead of, you know, it being completely square, because I don't like the idea of having a square castle, but I think it being symmetrical does make more sense. So that's the planning. If that didn't make any sense, don't worry. I'm not too good explaining those kinds of things sometimes, so you will just find out over time by seeing how everything goes. So yeah, don't be worried about it. Anyway, so we now have this wall here. And don't be fooled by the wall, how thick it is right now. All we need to look at is actually this line right here, because this is the line that matches up with the blocks at the top here, as you can see. So this is the part that's important. So this is the outer wall, or the outer log that we built. And then it goes 1, 1, 2, 2. Alright, so we're gonna be making that into this now. So it goes 1, 1, and then 2, 2. Just like that. And then I do believe we have a pillar right there, but we'll get to that in a second. Because first of all, we need to do it on the other side as well. So we have 1, 1, and 2, 2. Oh, 2, 2. There we go. And that is how the first shape here is gonna be. So this is basically the entrance, as I said. And that part is still part of the entrance, because these are the only walls that are exactly shaped like this. So yeah, it is still a bit different, so to say. So we have this now in place. And then, as I said, as I thought, there is a pillar right next to that. And we are actually going to copy this. I wasn't originally planning to, per se, copy this exactly. But I've decided that I kind of like it. So we're going to have a tower there and there. We kind of have these walls in the same positions here. So that's the planning right now. But let's plan out this part first. So this is 5 wide, this pillar. And then we have, I believe, 10 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's actually make it like this. 1, 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. So yeah, it's 10 wide and then another 5. So let's plan that out first. As I said, we're going to be doing a whole lot of exactly this back and forthing. Because yeah, that is the only way to really plan this out correctly. So we're going to go like this and this. Oh, alright. Messed that up already. Boom, boom. And then this is where the wall starts again. So 2, 4, 6, and then 8 and 10. And then we do have another one of these, which we're immediately gonna plan out as well. And you can already see that we might run into some trouble here because of how wide it is. I think this is already coming in collision with the barn, because that wall will continue to there, and then there should be a tower right there, which is of course not good. So that means we are gonna have to shift this whole building probably more over to this side. Which is quite possible, because there's a lot of space here still. Okay, you know what, we're gonna change things up a little bit then with how we're doing this, because this is of course quite unfortunate. Now we have done a lot of planning that is going down the drain, basically. I'm gonna make the tower design right here, the outline of it. Then we're gonna base the entrance on that, because then I know how far I can go, so to say. So yeah, we're gonna outline the tower right here. I think this position is just on the edge of not being too close to the other buildings. So yeah, we're gonna make that first. I just realized that that is probably a lot smarter. As I said, that is quite unfortunate, because that does take some time, or yeah, waste some time that we just put into all of that. But hey, that's how it goes sometimes with all of this planning. So let's see, this is the tower, what I was talking about. And aside here is 1, 2, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, 9. 1. Wait, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. I was about to say, I could remember it being 11. So we have 11 here. Then I do believe this is also 11, and this is also 11. Let's just check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes. And then this is also 11, but of course it doesn't look like 11, because it's diagonal. Now we do have that wall right there going in that direction, which is kind of what my original plan was. But if we do that, then of course this is kind of where the barn is in our survival world, right here. So if we do that, that doesn't make any sense. So we're gonna make this wall probably not be like this. We're actually gonna make the tower be completed on this side as well, and then make the wall go in that direction for a little bit, and then maybe do a little bit of diagonal stuff again. Because as I said, we are just kind of coming in, our buildings are colliding, which is of course not what we want. It's a bit unfortunate that it ended up like that, but hey, it is whatever. We're gonna try and work around it. So yeah, this wall unfortunately is not gonna be like this. but it's fine. So that means that this is going to be the outer pillar here, and we're going to have to go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blocks here. What? Oh, that's confusing me already. I remember how I did this. I just need to put it into practice now. Let's try this. Let's see. So we're gonna make basically right here the outer pillar. Yeah, maybe a bit more forward. Let's see. This is gonna be the outer pillar, so no further in this direction. There will be a wall here of the pillar, and the wall will go in that direction. That's how it's gonna go. So we have this here. Then we have, I believe, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and then we have 1, 2, 1, 2, like this. And then there's another pillar here. That's kind of how this design works, if I'm not wrong. So let's double check that again, because this is some tricky stuff. It's not easy, this stuff. Let's see. So here we kind of have that same outline. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, and this comes completely forward like that, and this one also comes completely forward. So I need to check if I actually made it like that, because yeah, I didn't. So this actually goes right here like that, and then now it is correct. Okay, cool. And then that means that this block, which is the 11th one on this side, is also the first one on this side. Okay, that makes sense, that makes sense. I just had to put it into my head again. It's been a little while since I actually designed that part, so, you know, I had to remember it. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then we have another pillar right there. And then we go sideways again. We're already going up and down with this hill. I mean, this design is kind of made to be able to go up and down hills as well. If the hills are not too big. So yeah, this is kind of fine. So we'll work around this. So then this means this is 1. This is 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. And then we have 1, 2, 1, 2. And we have this one being right here. Now we are gonna have to unfortunately get rid of all of the other design part that we already made, the entrance and stuff, but now we have a more safe option. So hey, it is worth it in the end. As I said, designing this whole thing, just the layout of this building is already gonna take quite some time. I did warn you about it. That's why I've taken this whole episode for just that, so to say. Because of purely how long this will probably take. Because it's just such a huge project. But hey, that's fine. And that keeps the series fun. And also gives us a huge challenge, which I do like. So we're gonna quickly get rid of all of this. Just real quick. There we go. Boom, boom. And there we are. Alright. And now, this is just the end of a pillar. I mean, look at how, or not a pillar, this is a tower to be fair. But look at how massive these towers are gonna be. I mean, this is just one part. This is almost as big as like the Nether Palace is. In terms of just pure mass. So yeah, that's really putting into perspective how big this building is gonna be. But yeah, this is one tower done. Now we'll move on to the next part of this design. So, let's see. We're actually gonna have a straight point still, and then we go into that part. Okay, so I didn't even finish it yet, I suppose. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then this is where the new pillar starts. So there we go. And then from this point we'll make the wall. Yeah, so the end, that does mean the entrance is gonna be dropped back a little bit, but that's fine in my opinion. I don't think that's a big problem. Because yeah, this is gonna be the tower 1, and we'll have a tower 2 over at that side. That yeah, the entrance is kind of enclosed by the towers. I think that makes sense from a castle perspective. Anyway, let's go back and forth again. So now we have 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay, quite simple. Is that actually the same on this side as well? Yes, I do believe these are 10 wide, not 11 wide, so they are a bit more basic. But then we have this pillar, which is a whole different story, and we'll get to that in a second. We'll do this part first, which is was it 2 like this? I believe it was 2 like this, right? 2, and then I believe it was like this. Although this might actually be, I think this might be going in the wrong direction now that I think about it. Yeah, it's going in the wrong direction. Okay, so that's quite funny. I needed to go like this instead of like this. A silly little mistake, but quite easy to make. So I understand how I ended up in that situation. That's why also why I double checked there. So it's actually like this, then 2 like this, and then 2 like this. There we go. So this is the wall. Then with this wall we will have this here. Now as I said, this pillar is a bit of a tricky one, because it's different than literally every other pillar, I believe. But yeah, it goes 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then it starts again. Which is not the easiest for my head right now, but basically we have 2 blocks in between this. Okay, that makes it a lot simpler. That makes it a lot simpler. So we have 2 blocks in between these, technically. So this should be where we end up with that pillar. Like right here. So we have 2, 1, 2, 1, and then 2. Yeah, alright. I think I nailed that. Just like that. There we go. So this is the pillar. Of course, I don't have the birch in there yet, but that's fine. This is a layout after all anyway, so it's whatever. And now we copy this, so it goes 2 back, another 2 back, 1, 1, and then 2, like that. And then we have that same pillar thing going on here again, but now it transforms into a straight one, I believe. As you can see, we have this whole thing again, and now it transforms into a straight one, which is actually the part where we were at a second ago when we designed it from the entrance, which is just 5 wide, so that's a lot easier. It's a lot simpler, because we are just gonna be doing it like this, 2 wide, and birch in between, and then here, and then this is where the next wall starts, like that. Alright, and that one is quite simple, just 11 tall. Now we are in a big hill point now. As I said, this hill probably has to go just because of the fact that it's in the middle of the entrance. Are we actually gonna have enough space here, I wonder? With, like, we might hit water. I mean, we're definitely gonna hit water here. But that's fine, we'll terraform all of this into land at some point. We are completely going through this whole hill, by the way, I'm starting to realize. Yeah, I haven't really managed to pick out the best terrain for this castle. But I think that is gonna make it just that much cooler and that much fun. Like, if it was just pretty much a flat area, that wouldn't have been any fun. So, I like this. Let's quickly go ahead and sleep, though. And drink a bit of my yogurt, of course. There we go. And there we go. Alright, nice. And let's see. Okay, so this hill is definitely in the way. It's fine. We're gonna have to do a lot of terraforming with this project anyway, so whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we have another pillar there, I do believe, or not. Wait, hold on. Let me double check everything here, because this is where we are going into the middle part now. But this is another pillar, right? Yes, another pillar, and then we have that wall thing again. All right, all right. So the pillar goes here. We'll just stop this. There we go. 1, 2, 1. No. 1, 2. There we go. And then we have this whole wall design. Oh, we are definitely gonna hit the water. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Oh my. Oh, I am starting to realize just how wide this thing is. Oh, we're gonna hit far in the water because we're not even halfway there, by the way. Like, this is 1/2 that needs to be copied on that side as well, which leaves us in like a really big, you know, part of it being in the water. Oh, I didn't really think about it. But we're gonna just push through it. We are just gonna push through it. This is gonna be a lot of fun, this whole building. Alright, so how did I do this again? I believe it was 2, 2, and then 2, 2. Oh, it was 2 and then 1, 1. Ah, I see, I see. Right, so drop back. Okay, easy enough. So we have 2, 2, 1, 1, and then this is where that wall is. There we go. And now this is finally the point where we are actually at the entrance again. And if you don't remember, this entrance is also quite thick. So there we go. It's like that. We're also gonna have it here, like so, and like so. And oh, yeah, we're we're gonna have to fill all of this in with land at some point. Oh, that's fine though. It is fine. I think it's gonna be a beautifully big project, and that's all we want here. Alright, so we go 1, and then... Oh no, we don't do that. We actually need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 across, I believe. And then it was like this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Of course, it was even more. Alright, 8 blocks across. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Which leaves us with half of the entrance already being in the water. And we still need to go all the way over there. So we're gonna nearly reach the spruce forest. Cool, cool. Alright, so that's 8. Then we have 2 here. We're gonna have 2 here. And we're gonna have this here, there. And now all I need to do is copy what I've done on that side over to this side. So now I don't need to go back and forth all that much anymore. So that's quite nice. So we're gonna start out with this, of course. And I'm already low on spruce just from placing this small bit in. But hey, that's fine, that's fine. So we're gonna go here. Yeah, I need to stack up on some more items, but we'll do that in a second. Then this goes here. Now the annoying thing is that swimming in this version is really not that great yet. So that is not amazing, but hey, we'll deal with it. So that's 2, like that, right? We'll do it for like this for now, and then we have 2 here as well. There we go. And then this is where a next pillar will start, but we have to quickly stock up on both spruce and dirt a bit more, especially dirt now, because we're gonna need a lot of it. But yeah, all of this that we are walking across now, we are gonna have to copy onto the water now. So yeah, we need a lot of dirt. We need a lot of dirt, but hey, that's fine. We'll just grab it, because we do happen to have a lot of dirt laying around. So yeah, as I said, it's fine. And we also need a bit more spruce for the pillars. There we go. And now we need to, yeah, do all of this on the other side as well. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is gonna be a major project. Oh. Yeah, I knew it was gonna be big because I could see it in creative, but then when you actually start working on it in survival, that's when you really start to realize, right? Like how massive a project like this actually is. But hey, that's fine. We're not gonna turn our back on it now. So we went backwards a little bit here, and then this should be in theory in line with that, but it's not. So I feel like I've already messed something up, and I can already see what I messed up. This is not supposed to be here, so I did it correctly on that side, but not on this side. So this needs to be actually coming forward. I see. This is why we do the planning. I mean, imagine if I had built all of these pillars already and then I realized that I messed it up. I mean, this planning part needs to be perfect before we put it into action, just so you know. Like, if we mess up anything major in the way I just did here, we're gonna be ending up with like actual episodes worth of time being lost. So we cannot mess around with this project. That's the size of this project. We cannot really afford to make mistakes all that much. But yeah, now I do believe this is correct. This is still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go, cool. And then this wall starts here instead of there. So 1, 2. And then we have 2. Oh, let's see. And 2 here. And then now here is where the pillar will start. So we'll quickly have to remove all of this, of course. And now what we should see is that it is actually in line with that other pillar. Otherwise something once again went wrong. But okay, it is not in line with that other pillar. What did I do wrong this time around? This is in the length. Is that how it's supposed to be? This one is also in the length. Wait, what? Huh? How is it still not correct right now? Oh, I think I'm quite stupid. Oh my goodness, this time around I did end up starting at the middle part. Oh, okay, okay. I'm an idiot sometimes. Ignore that just happened. Boom. And now this is where it needs to go. Alright, so now it should be lined up with the other one. That's what we should see here. Let's quickly remove even this one as well. Actually fully this time around. There we go. Now we should see it matching up. So no, wait, this is still wrong. This should be in line with that other pillar. Oh, please tell me it's the case. Okay, it is the case. Whew, alright, took a little while there, but we got there in the end. So now it's lined up. All we need to do now is boom boom, bring this forward. There we go. This is where the pillars will go. Boom boom. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, cool. I did manage to count correctly there. Then we have the simple one here, with just it being like this. How am I messing up all of these easy things here? Oh my goodness. This is actually just idiotic at this point. Okay, there we go. And now we have a diagonal wall again, I suppose. But let's see if this is actually all still matching up. And then we can also see how to do it. So, we walk in this straight line and we should see the same thing happening at some point when we cross the middle point here. So this is the 11 blocks. And then indeed we are still in the same line. Then it goes like this. Okay, so then we go 2 in that way, 2 in that way, 2 and then that. Okay, it should be quite doable. At this point, having an elytra would actually start being quite handy, I will admit. But hey, whatever. That is not in the game for, I believe, another 4th version. So yeah, we'll have to accept that. Anyway, we will go to... Oh goodness. Oh, I need to double check here. We'll just do the creative field. I don't trust myself with this stuff. As said, we cannot afford mistakes. So, yeah. Here we are double checking. It goes in the same line to first. Okay. Okay. So I did do it correctly, right? Yes. 2. Then another 2 in that same line. Then 1. 1. And then... 2 in that other direction, which is of course this direction. So now we have 2 2 1 1 2 2 2 2. All right, and that should be correct, I say with a lot of hope here, because now we get into this wall. And now I am gonna once again do the test with going in a straight line here, just in case. Okay, I know this seems silly and I know this is taking a lot of time just to double check something like this, but I mean, yeah, you gotta understand, if I mess this up, we are in a lot of trouble. So yeah, it seems like a bit of a waste of time right now, but in the end it's a lot less of a waste of time than if I end up messing everything up because I didn't double check it. So we are in this straight line, and I mean, look at that, I already messed it up. See, I did it completely wrong because we were supposed to go in that direction, and that's why we need to double check here. That is exactly why. Alright. Now I'm really happy that I double checked. I had a suspicion something was going wrong. We went in the wrong direction because I am a moron. So let's mine all of this out and go in the right direction this time around. So it does go here, but then we curve this way. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. And boom, there we go. And now it should once again be correct here. Let's quickly go ahead and sleep and drink a bit more of my yogurt, of course. There we go. Alright. And so, of course, I am gonna double check in a second again. Because, oh yeah, I know what's wrong here, by the way. So, good thing I didn't double check already. We need to actually go in this direction now instead of the other one. So this goes, there we go. 1, 2, 1, 2. And then this is where that pillar goes. Right, and now this should be in line. Let's double check it again. I know what you're thinking, but I mean, you just saw, right? You just saw how easy it is to make a slight little mistake. Like, just the tiniest mistake, but that will make it completely unsymmetrical, this whole building. So we have to make sure we don't make those kinds of mistakes here. So we are gonna keep in this line, and we should see ourselves line up with that thing right there. That's not correct. We are not correct. Something went wrong here. But what? Oh, this is quite hard to tell. Why is it wrong? Because I'm not lined up with that one, I'm lined up with that one. Oh, what exactly went wrong here? We have two like that. I mean, yeah, one block is somehow off. Look, we are not in line in the correct way here. But I'm really wondering what went wrong. Oh, I did 3 in the middle here. Ah, okay. Ooh, alright. Ooh. And then, yet again, I've proven it. That's why we need to double check here. So this is where it goes, and then it is... No, not that one. 2 and 2. Wait, that still doesn't make any sense. I didn't change it. My goodness. I just straight up didn't change it. Alright, so now we have this. This is where the pillar goes, and then it's like that. Alright, and now this is actually correct, I do believe. And then what we have here is quite simple. 1, 2 blocks in the middle, and this is where the wall should start again. And then we make the whole pillars here. This is birch, spruce. This is birch, spruce, and then it is lined up like that. Nice and simple, and that seems to be correct. Now I do believe it's just gonna be 2 in this direction, and we are gonna curve in this way again. So that means we go 1, 2. I do need dirt underneath it though. Then 1, 1, or dirt. 1, 2, 1, 2. 2 I said, there we go. And then we have this here, and this comes forward. Alright, yet again I will double check this, because you know the drill now. And I also want to see what the next step is. So this should be, and I am quite certain this time around I didn't actually mess it up. This should be completely in line with each other now. And as I said, I'm pretty convinced I actually managed to not mess it up this time around. So this is gonna be extra embarrassing if I did manage to mess it up. Anyway, we're gonna walk in a straight line, and we should see the wall end up here. There we go, look at that. Look at that, we did it. Yippee. Alright, although this one did drop back. Is that even how it's supposed to be? I mean, at this point we're not gonna change it back. Otherwise we will have to literally move this whole thing back by 1 block. So this is how it's going to be. But is that how it did it in the creative world as well? I wonder. No. No, it's not. Oh, so this is actually wrong, technically. But I think, you know what, we are gonna fix it. We're just gonna fix it by doing this. We're not gonna move all of this over. We're gonna just move the tower over by 2 blocks. Because this is in very fact wrong, I do believe. Which is embarrassing. Hold on. Yeah, because this is the wall, and they are supposed to be in line here. Oh no, I still managed to mess that up. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is where the wall is supposed to be. So we're gonna cut down this one. And all we need to do now is just move it over by 2 blocks. I mean, that's not a bad, a horrible mistake to make here. and quite easy to fix, but still good thing I know this right now and not later, because that would have been really awful. So we go here. Let's remove all of this because we now have that copied. There we go. And a bit of a tricky part here. So now it goes up, I believe, up until that point. There we go. And then we have 2, 3, and then, yeah, that's those 3. As you can see, they're exactly moved over 2 blocks, so that is correct. Quite an easy way to check that right now. And then we have 2 here, 2 here, and that appears to be correct still. And this one gets moved over by 2 blocks as well. And then this gets all moved over by 2 blocks, which is of course like that. And then we just remove 2 blocks here. And then we move you there, alright. And then this starts here, alright, cool. And then I do believe we just need to copy and paste that. So that means 2. That's correct. 1, 2, 3. And they're all still correct. Cool. Yes. And then we have 1, 2, 1, 2. And you get 2 blocks over as well. There we go. I do believe we have managed to fix that mistake now. Completely correct. I do hope at least. And now everything is still in line. And this is actually in line with the pillar that we have started over there as well. This is just the front. I'm starting to realize this is purely just the front. We haven't even made the outline of the front yet. We still have to do all of the other parts of the castle. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is quite a chunky little building, isn't it? We are actually gonna reach the forest here as well, which is quite crazy. Anyway, this is the pillar of the tower here, which means that we are actually gonna have 2 here, I believe. Oh no, wait. Is this correct? Let's see. This should be the same. So we have a gap between that. Cool. How do I do that? Oh, it's here. Right, I already started going in the wrong direction there. So it's in this direction. 2. Which is then followed up by another 2 in this direction. Then 1, 2, 3. And then, oh wow, there's actually ice starting to appear here now. Cool. So that is 3, and then we have 2 in the other direction here. So 2, 2, and then we should have the wall right here, I do believe. Right? Okay, we're gonna do the line check again. I'm actually just gonna do this because this is gonna be a lot faster. There we go. And it will also allow me to go back and forth a lot faster anyway. And we are literally gonna have to fill all of this in with dirt anyway, because I don't of course want my castle to be on the edge of water. That doesn't feel like it makes a lot of sense. So this is at some point gonna have to all be some sort of dirt. Maybe I will make it some other sort of terrain, but it's gonna be not water. That's the plan. Anyway, alright, we are not lined up right now. Which is making me a little bit worried. Wait, what? This is a straight line? Oh, this is a straight wall. Oh, that makes a lot of sense why we're not lined up then right now. I didn't realize. Okay, I'm a bit stupid, I suppose. But yeah, I now understand what I did wrong. I remember now, but yeah, okay. Cool, so that means that whole line is useless as of right now, but it's fine. Let's see. My dog is barking right now. I'm hoping you cannot hear that in the video. It is distracting me a little bit though. Don't worry, it's been taken care of. But yeah, that's a bit distracting for me. I went a bit quiet there, I think. But yeah, it's fine. We got a lot of ice forming here now, by the way. Anyway, that means this is just 11 blocks. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And that means this is gonna be where the wall is. And we're gonna straight up move on and assume I'm correct here. And do this part. Hold on, let me see. So it goes to this point. Wait, let's see it from this side. So we just had basically a wall like this. And then it goes in like that. Let's see. So then, yeah, we have this corner point with this wall here, and then 2, 2, okay. Let's see if I can manage to do this. So that means we're going in that direction. Wait, oh, this is not even correct here. So that means we're going here. And then going curving that way? Yeah, we must be going curving that way. Okay. So that means like this. 1, 1, 1. Then it must be curving this way, right? Yeah, I think so. Boom, 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 boom. And then this is... Oh, well, not like that, but this is where that pillar is gonna have to be. And now we double check it by checking whether or not it's the same on all the way on the other side of the building. I did not even nearly expect this whole building to be this wide, by the way. Like, as I said, I knew it was gonna be wide, but you could see by how I was starting to plan where the entrance was gonna be. And based on that, you can now kind of put in perspective how off I was with my, yeah, my original idea of how wide this thing was gonna be. And yeah, I'm starting to realize that I was being very, very naive, but that's fine. So this is in line with that pillar, and we should hopefully see that that lines up with the outer point of this pillar as well. Which I'm pretty certain is actually the case, happily enough. Yeah, look at that. It lines up. Alright, that's good. That's a really good sign. So I'm starting to learn the pattern at least a little bit now. We are gonna have to grab even more dirt again. Luckily we have like a lot here. So let's just do that. There we go. We'll leave one slot open. But yeah, that is lining up, so that's good. And now all we need to do is the same thing, literally the same thing over there. So this pillar should be lining up with the pillar on the other side here. Which it does. So that's how I'm gonna test it on that way as well. Alright, let's sleep and drink a bit more yogurt yet again. There we go. And there we go, alright. Yeah, this is where I thought the entrance was gonna be. My goodness. The entrance is all the way over here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, this building is so big. I am really starting to realize now how tremendously big this building is. It's ridiculous. We're like fully in the snow biome here as well now. Okay, so we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Boom, boom. Which should be correct here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Cool. And then we have this going in this direction, right? And then boom, boom. Like this, 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 and then this. And then the pillar goes over here. It should be lined up. Yep, that appears to be correct. Cool. Quite important. Alright, so now this should all be in place here, and it should all be linked up and be the same on both sides now. Which leaves us at the point where we have actually made the entire front, or the line out of the front. Which now brings us into the actual difficult part. Yeah, this was the easy part, believe it or not. Which is designing the layout of the whole other part of the castle. Which is like way more difficult than this was. This was just copying and pasting what I already had. Now I need to actually plan out how the whole castle is gonna form over this thing. And I think we're gonna have to have quite a straight wall in that direction. Otherwise we will just be, yeah, smashing ourselves into the buildings that we have here. But what I think we'll do is we'll have this pillar line be, or the tower be straight here till this point. Then we are gonna have a wall in this direction, but after 1 or 2 segments we'll make it diagonal into the middle part. And then we might have a tower somewhere around here again. Then we'll go out a little bit more again, and then have another tower all the way over there. I think that's how I want it to be. So then we have... let me see if I can put this into a picture here real quick. So right now what we have is this. This is the entrance. Then we have basically a tower right here. And let's see, that's 1, 2, 3 blocks. 3 blocks. and a tower right here, right? So this is what we have right now. And what I kind of want to do, so let's put this in here as well. We have this right now. And what I want to do now is basically have a straight wall up until basically somewhere around this point, so beyond the gate. Then go a bit diagonal. Have another tower right here. Then have another bit of a diagonal back. Like this. So then, yeah, we have the tower basically in the middle, being dented in. Like these towers right here, they're popping out of the building, so to say. Like they're popping out. This is the tower here. This is the walls. The towers here are popping out, but these are kind of popping in. So the walls are going inwards to the towers, if that makes sense. So that we have here, and then we are gonna have basically another one of those towers. Let's see. At basically the same length away, so that we do end up, as I said, with somewhat of a symmetrical shape and nearly a square, but it's not going to be a full square, so that side is going to of course be the same. It's not going to be just a rectangle like this. We are actually having a yeah, a little bit of a shape to the rectangle, so it goes in, it goes out. This will be straight at the back, maybe it goes in and out again, I don't know about that. But then we that is kind of how I envision the layout. Let's actually fully envision it right now. Well, how? This is not even the same, is it? No, this is supposed to be like that. There we go. And then we go here. Boom. That's not correct. Out. Boom. And this was quite long, to be fair. Oh, this also didn't pop back here. Wow, I really suck at this. This is incredible. So, ooh, that does leave us with, of course, this middle part is going to be really quite tight. Like, the middle of the castle is actually quite tight. But I think that does make sense, in a way. Anyway, we'll have this here, up until that point. There we go. And then we have, however long this is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With this then being enclosed. That is basically how it's going to be. And then we'll probably have this be denting in again as well. So like this. I mean, we are doing this over a massive hole. Let's actually fill up this hole. There's really no reason to keep this here. That cow will be buried forever. That's fine by me though. So goodbye, Mr. Cow. Or Mrs. Cow, I suppose. So yeah, there we go. Now I have actually... this is just the layout, a miniature layout, by the way, of the building, I know. But even this, I think, is important to kind of, you know, mess around with before we do all of the building and stuff. So there we go. And then this comes to this point. There we go. So now this is a symmetrical shape. And this part we already have. Like this little layout we already have. So now all we need to do is copy and paste this into reality as well. Now it looks a little slim, as I said, from the front maybe. But seeing as how wide it is already right now, that's probably not going to be as noticeable in reality. Although I do think we might not make it this long. This is of course just kind of a rough estimate, but I don't think it will be this long, because then it's twice as long as it's wide now, and that's not going to fit. That's simply not gonna fit, so we're not gonna do that. But yeah, time to plan this out. We're gonna keep this here so I can kind of come back to my reference point. But yeah, we need to plan this out now. We're gonna start out with the simple part, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then, right, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Cool. So this is of course the end of that pillar, and now we have a wall right here, kind of like we have going on over here. Only this one goes into it diagonally, and this one will come out of a straight, which we also have here, but this one is diagonal, meanwhile that one is gonna stay straight. So yeah, it's the same but a bit different, but that's fine. So then we have that here, 10 and then 5. That's basically the chunks we are splitting it up into. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, here comes the tricky part. How do I want to do this? Because of course, according to the design here, the miniature design that I just came up with, how we're gonna have it is a straight wall for a little bit, then diagonal, then a tower, right? And the diagonal is what we have going on here. Like this diagonal is the kind of diagonal I'm talking about. But how many of these segments that we just made, like we made one segment here of 10 blocks wide, do we have in a straight line before we start going diagonal? I think maximum of 2, otherwise it will just be too wide. If we have 2 and then maybe 2 diagonal, then we have a tower, then 2 diagonal, 2 straight, that's already gonna be far over there. But then the tower will probably end up somewhere around here, I think. Let's give that a shot. Let's just try it out. We're in the trying state at this point in time. So that means we have another 10 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 1, boom, boom. And now we have a diagonal. And the diagonal are not easy. And I mean, you can already tell. Look at how far in we are just by doing that. We might only make 1 diagonal and then the tower, now that I think about it. That might already be good enough. We might not have to do 2 diagonals, because that is still really quite wide. Like 2 diagonals will end up somewhere around there, which is fine. But then there's a tower there, which is cool. That's kind of on top of the hill. But then we have 2 diagonals again in that way. So then we are basically at that point. And then another 2 walls. You know what? Let's do a bit of seeking up here. How much space do we have on this side? Because I actually do not have any idea how far in we can go here. So let's see. How much of a hill is actually here? Because we are eventually gonna run into the point where we will reach our old base part, like right here. This is the edge of where the castle can be. Like, I cannot go further. So this is where the last tower can be. And I kind of want it to be here as well. But now we need to... Oh, this does look quite cool. But now we need to see... How can I plan that out? I think that should fit. 2 diagonals, then another 2 diagonals. I think it should fit. Okay, we're gonna try it. We're gonna try it. Whoop. Oh, I thought for sure that I did actually make that jump. Anyway. Diagonal is not easy. Let's check it out again. Because even this stuff is not quite simple. So it goes from the straight into that. And the same is over there. Okay. Cool. So we basically have this here. And then it goes in the same direction for a little bit. Okay, I think I got it. I think I got it. So we have this here. It goes in the same direction for 2 blocks. Then we go over here. Another 2 blocks. Then we go 1, 1, and then it goes in the other direction for 2 blocks. So like this. And then this will go here, I do believe. There we go. I'm pretty certain this is correct. It looks a bit weird because it's on a hill now. But this, yeah, I'm pretty certain this is correct. Then we have 2 here. Now, how it went with the diagonal. Oh, goodness gracious me. This is messing with my head so much. This is why we're planning it out. Once this is all planned out, it's going to be a lot easier. This is where the 2 blocks come in between. Right, okay. Pooh. So we have this here. And then the next one is going to be 1, 2, starting here. Somehow. Wait, what? No, I think I messed this part of the wall up, actually. Yeah, I know what I did wrong. No, wait, what? I'm actually very confused at this point. Let's go ahead and sleep and drink a bit more yogurt. Maybe that might fix it. There we go. There we go, alright. Okay, what did I do wrong? Because we have 2 in the same direction as the straight wall. Then another 2 in that direction. Then 2 that way. And then that. And I'm pretty certain I did that as well. But I don't know for certain. Yeah, this is going in the same direction. This is going in the same direction. And that is a different direction. So then we do end up with a wall right there, right? Or not? Because this goes here. And then this goes here. Yeah, so we do end up with a wall all the way out here. But that, now I'm curving around. That shouldn't be possible. What? Should I make this one curve around the other way? In order to achieve what I want to achieve here? or not? We'll just try that out. Let's see what happens when I curve it in the other way, because I feel like that is what is messing this up right now. Somehow. So that means we go and curve like this. Which does actually make it end up, of course, in the same place with the pillar. That makes sense, mathematically speaking. But now the pillar will be on this side instead. And there we go. Then we have it like this, this, and this. And now this is where the next wall ends up. And then we do actually go in that direction again. So yeah, I think that makes more sense with this particular wall. It might not be following what we have had going on originally, but that doesn't really matter in my opinion. As long as it does work for what we are trying to make here, then that's fine. So that does mean we have to go like this, 1, 2, and then like this. There we go. And then here we'll have that new tower. So this is where an actual tower is gonna be. And as I said, that is kind of at the spot I said it was gonna be. I kind of said it was gonna be here, but now it's a little bit over here. That's somewhat okay still. And this tower, you gotta remember, is actually not gonna be as chunky, I don't think. Because like this tower, how it's working is that the walls are basically... Oh, the tower's all the way over here. Yeah, the tower here has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. Meanwhile, this might only have the front, I think. Because, you know, it's enclosed by the walls. We could also make it pop forward and then backwards again. But then we are going to end up with a really chunky tower here. And that I don't think is actually needed. So we're going to do it right here. We're just going to have 11 blocks in width here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Uh-oh. Alright. We now are getting into some trouble here. 7, 8. This is still 8. 8. 9, 10, 11. There we go. We get rid of this for now, just because. And yes, that does mean the tower is gonna be really quite big. Because we are gonna adjust to the height here, but that's fine. That's kind of the idea with this castle being against the hill anyway. So that's 11, and then we have this one being right here again. And then we make that same curve, but in the other direction here. So this is literally just gonna be the face of the tower. So what we will have is quite simply... okay, I need to go all the way over here. We are literally just gonna have this. This right here. Not those two sides, just this. Popping out and then walls again. And I think that should work well. If it doesn't, if I don't like the way that looks, I will just design something different for this part of the tower. We'll just make a whole new tower for this part. But that we'll see when we come to it. So now what we do is actually go into the same direction. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go, and that should be lining up right there. And we are barely falling, but nearly falling off the edge here. We're playing a bit with the fire, but it's fine. We're gonna do it like that, and then that comes forward even more, I suppose. That doesn't make any sense. What? I'm trying to copy it right now, but it's quite hard. Oh, did that? It goes all the way over here, doesn't it? Does it? No. Oh, I'm already seeing what I'm messing up. Okay, I'm quite dumb. This comes forward, of course, because all of the tower parts of the pillars come forward. Then we go like that. No, we go in the other direction. Okay, I'm messing it up a couple of times, but that's fine. We're learning here. I'm trying to copy and paste here from a distance. There we go. And then we have this being here. And then the wall starts here again, which should have 2 blocks in between. Nice and sweet. Alright, so then we have 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2. And then that should line up all the way over there, and it actually does. How sweet. So then we have that right here. No, right here. And then we have this being the part of the next wall, but now I'm gonna be honest, I have to watch again what I did before. We are actually out of time for today's episode, but we'll quickly do this. Oh yeah, remember, we also have to do this on the other side of the castle at some point, but it's fine, it's fine. So we have this here, and then it goes completely straight for 10, okay. But this is not correct, I'm starting to notice. This should be right here. Oh, that is really painful, because now I have to move all of that over by 2 blocks. All of this has to go over by 2 blocks, and that is actually a mistake I cannot just ignore. Oh, yikey yikesies. Okay, we're gonna ignore that now, because we don't have enough time to do that in today's episode, so we're gonna be working on this more in the next episode. As I said, the planning of this is already such a big project that even that is gonna take a couple of episodes, let alone the building of this thing. But hey, it's fine. We are starting our biggest project yet. And I'm gonna take a screenshot from somewhere up here. I mean, we're not gonna be able to even capture everything we've done in today's episode, but hey, that's fine. Wow, you can really... there's no way of seeing it all. Well, I can literally not see it all. Maybe if I put my FOV all the way up here, but that doesn't look all that great. That's... This is so massive. Alright. We'll make a screenshot of this. I guess that looks cool. I mean, yeah, I can literally not capture the whole thing we did in today's episode. That's how big it is right now. Anyway, we are gonna work on this again in the next episode. I know it's a bit repetitive, but this needs to be done right now. Like, the whole planning of the castle, that is my biggest priority in this series as of right now. So we're gonna finish this off first. Might take a little longer. I am getting into a good rhythm here though, so that's nice, and a good part of it has been done. But yeah, this needs to be done first, and then we'll go on and off with working on this project, because it's such a big project. Anyway, I am fully out of time for today's episode. I do hope you enjoyed it. It's a lot different than anything we've had ever going on before. But yeah, I guess you will have to get a little used to it, because this is how it's gonna be for quite some time probably. But as I said, I do hope you at least enjoyed it, and I want to thank you all very much for watching, of course, and I will see you all in the next one. So for now, goodbye.